Hi parents, it's a lot easier for me to do a quick video instead of writing out 3 pages of stuff for you guys to read. So it's probably easier for you, and this seems to be the way that digital media is going. There's a few things I want to discuss with you, and one is obviously going back to last term and giving you an update, which I've been promising you, and talking about this term as well. I'm going to split it up into 2 videos. There's the digital technologies curriculum, which Beck and I went to the consultation the other night. So we've known that's coming up, and what we want to do obviously is we needed to make sure that we're aligned with the education department, and it looks like we are, and in fact we're well ahead of them, which is great news. So I'll explain that in the next video if you're interested. So what I wanted to talk about in this video was just going back to last term, and what we did last term was we introduced a couple of things, and that one of them was tech check-ins. So we needed to, which is basically pulling your children aside and just having one-on-one with them, and just making sure that they're proficient in the certain areas that we need them to be proficient in before we go into the next level. So the other thing we are doing is introducing graduating levels, and so junior, intermediate, and senior at this stage, and then we've got ninja category, which is obviously for the advanced. So the other thing we did was we worked on projects, their own projects. We're going to be presenting those this term. I said that I was going to do it last term, but the girls were in a global competition, or local and global competition, and they were working on a real world project, which was really good to see. So I wanted them and everyone else to present together. So we're going to be doing that as well this term, as well as graduating. So with the graduation, I wanted to discuss that with you, just to give you a quick overview. Everyone seemed to want the hoodies, and we put it in front of them and said, well, what would you like? These are the options. So there's probably going to be approximately 60 kids graduating. Not all of them, not all of your children will be graduating. The ones who have been with us for since we started, and those who have been with us, for the last sort of prior to the last 6 months, I suppose. But we will give you an idea, if they haven't already, who is going to be graduating. So I've got a price here of that's $22 for the hoodie. That's just for the hoodie, and then there's embroidery and screen printing on top of that, which is quite expensive. So it's going to be roughly about the $40 mark ish. But I'm working on a couple of quotes, so I'll let you know. Just in terms of what these guys, your children are working on. So everyone at this stage is in the junior. It doesn't matter how old they are or what their skill level is. We're making sure that they have graduated through to the junior, through to the intermediate from the junior. So we're making sure that everyone has been through all of these categories. You can this is a video, so you can pause it. So I'm just going to I won't run you through them, but this is pretty much what we're expecting them to know in this category here. Again, most of your children are in this category here. For kids that have started just recently with us, you're definitely in here. And those of you who have sort of started over the last 4 months will be in this category. So there's quite a bit that we are making sure that they know. And again, it's it's a craft, and there's a lot to know, and it takes 3 years to become proficient in most things. So we're monitoring these guys, and some of them are doing exceptionally well, and it's obviously those kids who have been doing it for a wee while. So really all it is time. One thing that we are big on is soft skills, and in particular in these areas here, just making sure that they're a good digital citizen. They're really good at communicating. They can actually talk to other people, and they can talk about what they're actually doing without confusing people too much. Because it's a big problem in the tech industry when you're talking high tech stuff. Collaborating, working with other people, and which is difficult. And interpretation, which is, again, it's being able to interpret what they're learning to people that don't know what coding is, and also persistence, all that sort of stuff. So this is just a basic junior level area here. So we're pretty big on the soft skills, as well as the hard, obviously, because that's what employers are looking for. And I think it's super important. The more we're engaged in devices, the less we're up here talking to people. So the other thing we're doing is introducing, probably over the next sort of month or so, we've been developing this area, which is you can find at students.codecamp.co.nz. So it's just really a platform for your kids and also you guys to just sort of monitor what's going on. And the whole idea behind this is for the kids to be able to figure out how to be a good digital citizen. This is the way education is heading. So that on the left hand side, we've got my courses. It's their courses, their challenges, other members, and activities. We've got notifications, my achievements. So we're going to provide a whole lot of incentives for these guys. So lots of points and lots of badges and things like that for them to work through it. So I'll give you a quick example. This is just an entry level course that we're working on at the moment, and so they'll start off with a video. They'll actually start off with a quiz. Do you know this or these things in particular? And then at the end of the course, they'll take another quiz, and then they can see their learning progress, as well as you guys, as well as the parents too. So they'll go through watch the video. They'll go through the lessons, and obviously the more. This is still under development, but obviously the older they get, the more reading there is. So we're cutting a lot of the text out depending on what their age is. And a lot of this text is for the instructors to follow. So they will, at the end, they've got a lesson challenge, and then they have a quiz at the end of the challenge. So this one's all about sequencing. So which order does this pattern or story go in? And that's probably about, hopefully that, I think. Yes, it is. No, it's not. So it can be quite challenging for old people. This is the next one. It's really just sort of giving them an idea for, what sequencing is all about. And then they finish the quiz, and then they get a badge and carry on from there. So there's a few courses that we're putting together, and again, it's just sort of something that they can do outside of CodeCamp if they want to, and continue on. And this obviously comes with the course, or with the after school subscription. So that's really it for now. And from your point of view, it just allows you to come in and have a look at your child's progress, what they're doing. So the kids will upload their projects. You'll be able to see their quizzes, and really just their progress chart and what they're doing, how they're learning, etc. So that's pretty much it. So I hope that helps, and we will be in touch shortly.